The truth before forever. A wedding eve revelation. Introduction. Have you ever wondered how well you truly know the person you're about to marry? What secrets might they be hiding? Today's story explores the emotional journey of discovering an unexpected truth just before saying, I do. As you listen, consider, how would you react if your entire future changed overnight? What would you do if faced with a devastating revelation about someone you love? Let's begin. The truth before forever. The champagne flutes clinked together as Emma's bridesmaids toasted to her final night as a single woman. 24 hours from now, she would be walking down the aisle toward Marcus, her partner of 5 years. The hotel suite buzzed with laughter and excitement. To Emma and Marcus, cheered Jenna, Emma's maid of honor and oldest friend, may tomorrow be everything you've dreamed of. Emma smiled, but something felt off. She'd been trying to ignore the knot in her stomach all evening. Was it just pre-wedding jitters? She excused herself to get some fresh air on the balcony, checking her phone. For the 10th time that hour. Still no response from Marcus. Her fiancé had been acting strange lately, distant, preoccupied, always on his phone but mysteriously silent tonight of all nights. She tried to push away the worry. Marcus was probably just busy with his groomsmen, enjoying his bachelor party at his best friend Kyle's cabin about an hour outside the city. A text notification finally lit up her screen. Her heart skipped, but it wasn't from Marcus. It was from Allison, Kyle's wife. Emma, can we talk? It's important. I'm downstairs in the lobby. Emma frowned. What was Allison doing here? She should be at home with their 2-year-old while Kyle hosted the bachelor party. A cold feeling settled in Emma's chest as she texted back. Coming down now. Everything okay? Jenna asked as Emma grabbed her room key. Just need to talk to Allison for a minute. I'll be right back. The elevator ride to the lobby felt eternal. When the doors opened, she spotted Allison immediately, pacing near the entrance, her face drawn with tension. Allison? What's wrong? Did something happen at the bachelor party? Allison's eyes were red-rimmed, her hands trembling slightly as she clutched her purse. Can we sit somewhere private? They found a quiet corner of the hotel bar. Emma ordered a water, her mouth suddenly dry. You're scaring me. Is Marcus okay? He's fine, Allison said, her voice tight. Physically, anyway. Emma's heart hammered against her ribs. What does that mean? Allison took a deep breath. There is no bachelor party at our cabin, Emma. Kyle's in Chicago on business. Has been since yesterday. The world seemed to tilt sideways. I don't understand. Marcus left this morning. He said, I know what he said, Allison interrupted gently. But Kyle called me this afternoon, asking if I'd heard from Marcus because he couldn't reach him about some wedding details. Emma's mind raced. If Marcus wasn't with Kyle, where was he? And why would he lie? There's more, Allison continued, pulling out her phone. I didn't want to show you this, especially not tonight, but you deserve to know before tomorrow. She hesitated. A few weeks ago, I saw something on Kyle's phone. He and Marcus had been texting, and I happened to see a message from Marcus mentioning someone named Vanessa. The name hit Emma like a physical blow. Vanessa Chen, Marcus's ex-girlfriend from before they met. He'd always insisted they were just friends now, nothing more. I thought it was nothing at first, Allison continued. But then I saw this today. She handed Emma her phone, open to an Instagram post from that afternoon. It showed a familiar mountain resort, the same one where Marcus had proposed 2 years ago. And there, partially visible in the background of someone else's photo, were 2 people sitting close together on the resort's famous terrace. A man who looked unmistakably like Marcus, and a woman with long dark hair. Emma's hands went numb. This could be anyone, she whispered, but she recognized the distinctive watch she'd given Marcus for his birthday, the way he tilted his head when he laughed. I'm so sorry, Allison said, reaching for Emma's hand. I thought about not telling. But if it were me, I'd want to know before walking down the aisle. Emma nodded mechanically, her mind struggling to process what she was seeing. I need to call him. Her call went straight to voicemail. Then she tried something she'd never done before. She opened the location-sharing app they'd set up for. Emergencies! There it was, the little blue dot showing Marcus's phone at Evergreen Mountain Resort 3 hours away. I have to go, Emma said, standing abruptly. I need to see for myself. "Emma, wait," Allison began, but Emma was already walking away, texting Jenna that she had an emergency and would explain later. The 3-hour drive gave Emma plenty of time to think, to remember small moments that suddenly took on new meaning. Marcus guarding his phone, unexplained absences, weekend work trips that seemed to energize rather than exhaust him. Had she been blind this whole time? It was nearly midnight when she pulled into the resort parking lot. The main lodge was still bustling with late-night visitors enjoying the bar and restaurant. Emma's legs felt wooden as she walked through the entrance, her bridesmaid pajamas hidden under a hastily thrown-on coat. She didn't need to search for long. There they were, in a corner of the bar, Marcus and Vanessa, heads close together, his hand covering hers on the table. They hadn't noticed her yet, too absorbed in their conversation, in each other. Marcus was smiling in a way Emma hadn't seen in months. For a moment, Emma stood frozen, watching them. She could turn around now, drive back to the hotel, pretend she never saw this. The wedding was paid for, guests were flying in, her dress hung ready in her suite. She could go through with it, confront him later, try to work things out. But as she watched Marcus lean in to whisper something that made Vanessa laugh, Emma knew she couldn't. Whatever they had once shared, whatever promises they had made, had already been broken. She approached their table calmly, surprising herself with her composure. "Hello, Marcus." His head snapped up, eyes widening in shock and confusion. "Emma? What? How?" "Surprise," she said quietly. "I thought I'd check in on your bachelor party. Seems like quite the celebration." Vanessa had the decency to look mortified, pulling her hand away from Marcus's. "I should go," she murmured, gathering her purse. "No, please stay," Emma said. "I'm the one intruding. After all, I'm just the woman he's supposed to marry tomorrow." Marcus stood up, reaching for her arm. "Emma, I can explain." She stepped back, avoiding his touch. "How long?" His silence was answer enough. "Were you ever going to tell me, or were you planning to go through with the wedding anyway?" "It's complicated," Marcus said, his voice strained. "I care about you, Emma. I do. But Vanessa and I reconnected a few months ago, and things just happened." "Things don't just happen, Marcus. You made choices. Every time you lied about where you were, every time you texted her instead of being present with me." Emma's voice remained steady, though she felt anything but. "Tell me something. Were you going to marry me tomorrow knowing you were in love with someone else?" His hesitation said everything. Emma slipped off her engagement ring and placed it on the table between them. "I deserve better than being someone's second choice." She turned to leave, then paused. "You should call the guests. Let them know the wedding's off." The long drive back to the hotel was blurry with tears, but by the time Emma reached her suite, a strange calm had settled over her. Her bridesmaids were waiting, concerned and confused. As she told them what happened, Jenna wrapped her in a fierce hug. "I'm so sorry, Em." "What can we do?" Emma took a deep breath. "Help me call everyone. Then pack up this room. I don't want to spend another minute here." The next morning, instead of walking down the aisle, Emma sat on a beach with her closest friends, still wearing the bride robe they'd given her at the bachelorette party. Her phone was filled with messages from well-meaning relatives and friends, which Jenna had offered to answer later. "Do you regret finding out?" asked Sarah, another bridesmaid. Emma watched the waves for a long moment. "No," she finally said. "It hurts. God, it hurts so much. But I'd rather know the truth now than live a life built on lies." She thought about Marcus, about the 5 years they'd shared, the future they'd planned. Perhaps part of her would always love him, but she couldn't build a life with someone who could look her in the eyes day after day while his heart belonged elsewhere. "You know what the worst part is?" Emma said quietly. "Not that he fell for someone else. People's feelings change. But he didn't respect me enough to be honest. He was going to stand at that altar today and make promises he knew he couldn't keep." Jenna squeezed her hand. "His loss. You're the strongest person I know, Em. And someday, when you're ready, you'll find someone who deserves you." Emma wasn't ready to think about that yet. Today was about mourning what she'd lost, and perhaps, in time, celebrating what she'd found. The courage to demand honesty, the self-respect to walk away from something that would have slowly destroyed her As the sun rose higher in the sky, warming her face, Emma realized that this wasn't the ending she had planned. It was something else entirely. A beginning. Outro. What would you have done in Emma's situation? Would you have confronted them both, or handled it differently? Sometimes the most painful truths lead us to where we're meant to be. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this story in the comments below. Have you ever experienced a revelation that changed everything? How did you find the strength to move forward? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that explore the complexities of relationships and human emotions. Until next time, remember that sometimes the end of one chapter is just the beginning of a better story.